So, hi guys. I just wanted to jump on for just a minute and talk about a couple of things. So, it's a new year, and I know a lot of people are planning on purchasing a home this year and or selling their house. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about quite a bit is that I get an awful lot of inboxes regarding how to get started and about credit. So I've got this really cool video out on YouTube, and it talks about the do's and don'ts of homeownership. So I do recommend you guys going to Cypress Property Gal on YouTube and checking that out. It's a radio broadcast that I did a couple of months ago, and it has quite a bit of information in it. And the second thing that I'd like to talk about is, again, the inboxes that I'm getting regarding credit. So, most of the time, I think that there is a stereotype as to how you get started, and it's been put in such a way that it's really hard to change. And so sometimes you just have to unlearn what you've learned. And what I mean by that is simply that, if you're starting the process isn't by going out and viewing properties. The process is basically making sure you're starting with your mindset, and then from there, making sure that you've got your budget and your credit in line. And so let me just talk a little bit about that. So when talking about your budget, first thing, if you're paying rent and you're paying $800 a month, and so with the market that we have right now, that would mean you would probably be looking at a property between $50,000 and $60,000, if that. And that doesn't include taxes, insurance, and things of that nature. So you'll have to reevaluate, that. And I'm happy to send you a free budget worksheet. It's very user friendly, and I think you might find it very useful. And then the second thing is that in starting out looking at properties, I'm going to tell you why that is totally a waste of time. Here's the thing. If you don't really know what you can qualify for, you could be looking at a property that may not fall within the guidelines that the lender will approve you for. So it would make more sense to find out, what you could possibly qualify for. Let me use this as an example. One of the examples I like to use quite a bit is that if you know that your lease is going to expire in, let's just say, August, okay? So if it's going to expire in August, and so now would be the perfect time for you to get started. And by getting started, after you've really decided that you want to make that transition into homeownership, then it's time to actually kind of look at the different options for lenders. Do your research on that, who you'd like to actually do business with, and what they have that would fit your particular situation. And once you've decided that, then go ahead and gather all of your supporting documents that you're going to need. So you're going to need things like W-2s, tax returns, bank statements, things of that nature. Because the lenders, they will have to verify all of that, including your employment. And if you are self-employed and you've been self-employed less than 2 years, then that may be another issue. So you also need to make sure that you've got all those things in line. So once you've got that and you've decided who your lender is, then it's time to go ahead and do your application, because what you may think that you qualify for, you may not qualify for. So there's so many different factors that come into play when it comes to qualifying. And so if you've had your credit drawn 6 months ago, that's a no-go. We need to know what your credit is today. And so there's just a lot of factors that are considered in that. And so I just wanted to jump on really quick to talk about that so much, because I'm inundated with a lot of inboxes asking this information, asking to see properties. And we actually don't go show properties until we know exactly what you can qualify for. We like to be able to start from beginning to end and not in the middle, because it just makes that transactional process very, gives you anxiety, really, because you started in the middle instead of starting from the beginning. We care enough to explain to you the processes and how they pan out, how they start and how they end. And so we want to walk you completely through the process. And so give us that opportunity when you give us a call. Make sure that you know the information. And then here's another thing. If you want to check your credit, I think I've put this out there on the page before. Go to annualcreditreport.com and grab all three of your credit scores. That way you'll know at least where you stand today. So a lot of the different programs that are out there, they have credit criteria. So since I'm on that, I'm also going to talk just for a brief moment about, down payment assistance. So there is down payment assistance, but what a lot of people don't understand is that you still have to qualify for that. Your debt to income ratio, your income. So there's just other factors that you may not know of, and you've heard your friends say, "Oh, I got down payment assistance," but how did they get that? Was their credit score 600, 620, 640? What was the credit score? What's their annual income? Do they supersede what the amount is for your particular county? There's just so many different things. Is your debt to income ratio out of whack? Those things are the things that you do still have to qualify for. So you can't just meet one of the specifications. You have to meet them all. So we are so happy to kind of take you through that and connect you with some of our lending partners to see where you stand, but you must find those things out before you actually go looking. Now, it is a great idea to figure out what community you want to live in, and that's great, and the amenities that they may offer and things of that nature. And I always encourage people to kind of drive around and see, where you might like to live. Check out the commute, the neighborhoods, the areas where you shop, where you dine. All of that's very important because most people want to stay within their inner circle. So keep those things in mind. So that's just another little tip for you. And if you would actually like a budget workshop, I've got an interactive one, and so I'm happy to email that to you. It's a super great resource to help you get started out for 2018. If you've always wanted to kind of put together a little bit of a budget, I've got the perfect tool for you. And then again, just keep in mind, we want to help you. We want to walk you through the process from beginning to end and not from middle to end. So all the things that we're telling you, all the things that we're posting on our page, we're hoping that you're getting a really good benefit from that. And, let us know. Put something in the comments. Say, "Oh my gosh, yes, you're right. Oh my gosh, yes, I agree." And ask any questions. That's how we know that the material and the content that we're putting out there, that you guys are needing. And so if there's some information that you need, please feel free to put in the comments or inbox me and let me know, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking. Can you kind of give me a little bit of a guideline? Can you help steer me in the right direction?" And so if by chance we don't have the exact answer, we will go find that answer for you. So I just wanted to throw that out there really quick and make sure that we understand what that process is. And it's not in vain. It's just to keep you from getting overwhelmed and having a lot of anxiety about things that you don't really have to get those anxiety, those feelings about early on. And that's what we're here to help you do. So if you have a question, my number is 832-917-3244. And thank you guys. I'll talk to you again soon.